Good evening, everybody. It's Tuesday, so we know what that means. It's time for show and share at Knox Makers. Every Tuesday we gather to show projects we're working on, completed projects, failed projects, because of course we can learn from those. So we've got a great lineup tonight, and since we do, let's try to keep it to 3 minute-ish if we can. Of course, people ask questions. If that's the case, we'll go a little over. We are streaming to the interwebs, so we have to be polite to Dodie, hey Dodie, so that everybody can enjoy the show. So without any further ado, we're going to see Mr. Brian Greenhoe, who has something to divide his drawers. Is that right? Drawer dividers. I think that's what that says.
Hey guys. So I showed you pictures of my last house last time I was here. And so since then I've been moving. And so all of my stuff had to find a new spot. And at some point I will do a show and share on the new kitchen that I built, and this island was part of it. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I've got these ginormous drawers. They're like 4 feet wide, and there's a bunch of them in this kitchen, and if you put stuff into a 4-foot wide drawer, it just gets lost. It just like goes everywhere. So I needed to make some drawer dividers. And in my last house, I had made something like this. I'd made this for our cutlery and whatnot, and like the improvements could have been made to it, and so this is like my chance to start afresh. So this one here had to go with the old house because I cut everything like to fit perfectly in these drawers. Like there's nothing that's not custom size and all the stuff that I do. So anyway, this is kind of the process. I made a bunch of paper cutouts of all the things that I wanted to go in my drawers, and then just started arranging them because it's like 1,000 different ways they can go together, and not all of them like are perfectly convenient for putting wood in there. So once I'd kind of more or less agreed on what it's going to look like, I started doing all of my joinery. So everything just slots in place. I always make these so nothing is glued together, so just everything is friction fit and it just holds itself in place, because you never know when you're going to get like different plates or something like that, and then they won't fit anymore and you'll have to go back and change everything. So here it is going in. The drawers themselves are made out of solid ash. The dividers are cherry, so it should look pretty cool once it oxidizes in a couple years. And there it is. I think it came out nice. It's a very heavy drawer. You really feel like you've done something when you close it. It's got like, it's okay. We don't have little kids running around, so it's not a big deal. And then this is the other one I did. I didn't do any like action shots of this one, but basically I made everything deeper, and then I moved more knives to the front because sharp things should be within reach of 2-year-olds. And this one here I used torrefied maple, so leftover from one of Amy's projects, and it looks pretty cool. I would not use it again for this application. The stuff is so brittle. You probably can't see it in the pictures, but the stuff literally shatters. Like it breaks like glass if you hit it too hard with anything. So in the future, I wouldn't use that particular thing, but it looks cool. Anyways, that's it. Thanks.
Very nice work, Brian. Thank you. Next, we have Jessica. JJ, or is it J Joy? J Joy has a painting. I can't wait to see this, because I have a vague idea of what it is, and I can't wait.
I'm wearing my sunglasses because I left my glasses at home, and these are prescription sunglasses, if you ever get the chance to buy prescription sunglasses, highly recommend. This is my first pair of prescription sunglasses, and when I go out to the woods or go for a walk or drive my car, I can see everything perfectly. So I've been painting for a while. I have a website with like lots of paintings on it. I came to this Makers event like many years ago, and I was like too shy to like present like one of my paintings. I actually don't paint anymore, but this is one of my favorites. I call it Insect Last Supper. So this is probably like Jesus right here with like the insect cross in the background, and they're eating cheeseburgers and pizza, and there's a turkey on the table. So this is just, one of my favorite paintings. I never could bring myself to sell it. I actually don't do shows anymore of my art. I took about half. I don't really paint anymore. I took like half. Did you have something more to say? Oh yeah. Sorry. Hello. Hello. So I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I don't show my art anymore, but I took like half of my paintings and down to the duck pond in Maryville, and I just leaned them against trees, and then people just took them home, and I went down there I saw there's a couple paintings that are like still there, like leaning against trees that no one took. I'm like, are you leaving it there like in my honor? Or do you just not want this painting? Like, what's the deal? But anyway, this is my painting, and let's see what it looks like if I put it on here. Okay, well can I zoom out? Let me see here. Bottom right. See here. There it is. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Do I just hold it down? Okay, well there's some of it. That's the left. And then there's Jesus, the Jesus praying mantis. And there's the rest of them. I don't even know. I've never read the Bible before, so I don't know who these people are supposed to be. But anyway, I have a website if you'd like to look at it. It's reptilequeen.threadless.com if you want to check out my art. You can buy like prints and t-shirts and like all kinds of different stuff on there. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, J. Joy. Oh, okay, sorry.
I can take questions. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, young man.
I see one is a praying mantis.
Yes.
Last Supper thing. Are there any other similarly titled items there, like a worshiping God, or is it just the praying mantis?
You mean in the painting?
Yeah.
So, not really. It's just kind of a bunch of random insects.
Okay.
Yeah. I just thought yeah. Any more questions? Yes, sir?
Is pizza the traditional Jewish?
Absolutely, but no sausage. Any more questions? Yes, ma'am, in the back. So this is a canvas that I bought that was already like made, already put together with acrylic. I just used acrylic, and I probably used some pencil and some Sharpie marker also for details. Do we have any more questions? Thank you.
All right, very interesting. Okay, Karen and Neil are going to show, he says it's another lamp, but I'm going to say just another lamp. Where is he? There he is. Do you want the little podium up here?
want to put the
Plugs,
thing?
there's plugs right here.
Okay,
It's right under there. Can you reach?
yeah. Might have to push it forward so I can see it. Okay.
So why don't you get it now? Just get it now. So, about a month ago, we were coming to Show and Share, and we checked out the hack rack. And Neil usually finds things on the hack rack, but I never do. But I found something I really liked, and I picked it up and I showed it to Neil, and I said, "This is really cute." And he said, "What are you going to do with it?" And I said, "I don't know, but I like it." So we took it home, and we had planned to make a lamp together, but we didn't know what we were going to make. So this piece that I found on the hack rack inspired our lamp for the lamp challenge. And he said to me, "You'll be the designer and I'll be the production department." So that's what we did.
Sometimes you learn just to do whatever they ask you to do. So, the lamp, as far as being production, from the creative department here, you just heard how this came to be. From the production department, of course, I had to get some wood turning in it, so the base is turned.
Talk.
Oh. I thought I had a loud enough voice, but okay. So the base is turned, and then we, Karen took this from an old bird feed. What do you call it?
feeder.
Bird feeder, and this little symbol on here on the top, which also is part of the bird feeder. And then we have the character that Karen found on the hack rack. It's a little sumo wrestler, which when I Googled plastic sumo, came up on the internet as this was a toy. It was a pair of dueling sumo wrestlers that was sold by Sharper Image. So we named him Seymour Sumo. And the reason why he's Seymour Sumo, turn it on and you see more of the sumo. So, what else can I say? Any questions? Brian? Self-portrait? Yes. I was wishing to avoid that, but yes. Well, before I had my knees replaced.
How long did it take?
Between me finally giving in and saying okay, probably about 6-7 hours in it altogether.
I think the main question everyone finding slide.
That was mine. But we got a lamp. And I'm hoping a few more of the lamps that came in for the challenge are going to come up here tonight and show them. Because we got some really creative lamps for the challenge. And if you can't see them tonight, please come on Saturday. We will have them all on display. And like I said, there's some really unbelievable items that came in today. Also on Mattermost tomorrow, there will be a poll where you'll have a chance to vote for your favorite. And I'm going to put Russell on the spot. He's going to explain the rest of what that means, entails. Okay?
What's the number 7 on there?
I'm sorry, what?
Is that number 7?
Yep. Oh, that's the entry number.
Oh,
So you'll be able to identify it when you fill out. We have ballots and a ballot box, which will ask you to choose your favorite, and you just put the number of the lamp on there. Each lamp has a different number on it. Okay?
Thank you, Neil and Karen. Terrific piece. Love it, love it, love it. All right, moving along. Oh, Isaac is a monumental improvement. No, he has a monumental improvement.
Friends, it's October, it's spooky season, and naturally my mind has gone to how to turn my yard into a graveyard, as I'm sure yours has as well. And so I thought I would share with you, we can commiserate with each other, because when you go to buy a headstone at your local Spirit Halloween or at the junk store, the pharmacy, or wherever you go for your headstones, these things are of course made of styrofoam, so they weigh like almost literally nothing. They're painted very poorly, often with paint that's not even waterproof, and they have this really appalling little plastic brackety business at the bottom that they, with a straight face, suggest you should use to poke into the dirt. And as I have done, as you have done, when you put these things in your yard, the wind gets up even slightly and you've made kites and they fly all over the neighborhood and your neighbors are mildly annoyed at you and you're very dismayed and it's not even remotely spooky. So I wanted to show you how to improve a headstone such as this. What I like to do is make sort of a base for it with a piece of wood, a flat base, and then an upright in the back. These are always sized to the particular headstone. You want it to be about 6 inches wider than the headstone, so you have space to make anchoring holes. And then the piece that goes up the back is going to, shore it up and make it more rigid. This is an excellent opportunity to get rid of all that wood that you have been stockpiling because it seems like it would be useful someday. This is wood that I found in the attic crawl space above my garage, and now it has found a purpose. So I've sawn it up into all these little bits, to make these little uprights for my headstones. And then you need to adhere the two together. I used to always use Gorilla Glue because it's a nice space-filling adhesive and the tolerances here are very broad and crude. But I've recently switched over to wood glue and that seems to work just fine. You mustn't use any solvent adhesive because it eats through the styrofoam. And of course hot glue will melt it, which is sad. So be sure that you think through these things. Rubber bands around the whole business. Wow, that's really wretched. You can't even see that, can you? That's appalling. At any rate, rubber bands around the whole business so that when it sets up, things are rigidly adhered to one another. And then the really fun bit is when you seal the whole thing up with Monster Mud. Monster Mud is a concoction that home haunters have been using for about 30 years now. You mix up the drywall spackle with exterior latex paint and some sand. Get that all mixed up well and you have something kind of like concrete that you can paint with a paintbrush. Put that all over your headstone. Not only does it make it look credibly like it's made out of rock, it actually makes a really rigid, stiff outer shell that protects it from the weather, and it will last for years. And then you just take the thing out in your yard and nail it down. They sell these things, they call them spikes. I have no idea what they're for, but they're just like massive nails, like 8 or 10 inches long, ½ an inch in diameter. Go get them at the hardware store, pound that thing through your headstone, and I'm talking gale force winds, your cemetery is staying right where you put it, which is really very satisfying. I put 2 holes in each base, so I have 2 places because sometimes you hit a root or a rock and that's bad time, so you just switch to the other one. And that's all there is to it. And now your crummy little dime store headstones make a credible cemetery and terrify children just like everyone intended. All there is to it. Thank you. Oh, wait, I have a surprise. And that is that because it's spooky times, there are special limited edition Knox Makers stickers, which will be showing up at both the upcoming night market and the spook show. So if you come and hang out with us, you can have some of these very exclusive stickers. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. I learned something about how to make, what's the name of that stuff? Monster Mud. That is a good skill to know about. Next, we have Andrew. Yippee-ki-yay, MFI, I don't know what that means.
Good enough.
Okay.
Good enough.
Hello all. This is a 3D model of Nakatomi Plaza from the Die Hard movie, right? And it took me 8 hours just to print out this midsection here. And the end objective is to be able to have this thing light up. It's going to have lights in the center of it. And I'm going to try and make it look like gunfire, explosions, and everything else like that is actually going on in the Nakatomi Plaza building. as of currently, light will not shine through the black PLA. I've already gotten mine the different material, so I'm going to have to reprint this whole thing in a different PLA material, but this is just a mechanical proof of concept to make sure that all of the hardware that I have in mind will actually fit inside the building. And so, yeah, this is all just a work in progress. I really regret not having a last piece. I'm actually printing it out as we speak. It's probably done by now. But yeah, I've made sure that all of these parts fit nicely together, and it looks really good, and that's all I really have. So, yes.
So, are you setting a deadline for this project around Christmas and try to have Christmas?
That's a good goal. That's a great goal.
Will Hans Gruber be thrown from the top?
I can make that spot light up. Anyone else?
So basically, it's a lamp.
Yeah, it can be a lamp. I'm not entering the contest. This is a little bit too little, too late, but I've been thinking about this project for a couple weeks now. I was like, well, you know what? I've got the hardware to do it now, and I've got plenty of PLA filament to do it with, so let's go ahead and do this. So, yeah.
How did you get a connection to actually show it in the real building?
I'm sorry, say again.
Oh, are you putting it in the actual building? Oh, no.
No. This is about as good as I'm going to get. Anyone else? No? Okay. Well, great. Thank you. Oh.
Thanks, Andrew. That's super cool. Super cool. Next, we have Hunter, because bowls are a big deal.
Hey everyone. As you know, I like making bowls, and they are a big deal, and so I wanted to show you some big bowls that I made recently. I don't know if I can fit them under here, but these are a couple little bowls I made. This one's pretty simple. This was the first try. And then I got fancy and made kind of more of a little chalice. I don't know what wood this is. It was just something that was left over. And I did this because I wanted to put something in those little capsules for the magic machine. So if you're lucky, you might get one. Yeah, it's fairly difficult to get it perfect. I found out that when you do smaller things, you have to be much more intricate. So working on that. But yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Did you use regular turning tools?
I did, yes. This was on a lathe with gouges. Yeah.
Sue might want you to make her some thimbles.
Yeah. I think we got one right here. That'll probably work.
I like it. You're sold.
All right, thank you.
Okay, that was super cool. Super cool. Next, we have a special show and share from Christine, if she wants to make preparations, because this is going to be fun. If you're not familiar, Knox Makers is always up for a party. We like to party. And so we're going to have, I guess, what you might call a mini party right now. Do you need help?
So, one of the things I like to make is cake, and I like to make it even more when it's to celebrate something. And so, let's see if I made a cake. Oh, hold on. Help me out. Yeah, we're gonna have to just pretend like it's not upside down because I don't think it'll fit the other way. And this is in honor of a landmark birthday for fellow member Steve, and I was hoping you guys would sing him happy birthday. So I'm gonna light up the candles. I sure did. Old school style. Steve, you wanna come up?
Come on. Come on.
All right. Happy birthday.
They're doing it as round.
Yeah. Happy birthday to
Thank you.
Many more.
Yeah, cut it out there afterwards, after showing you.
Okay, he says he's gonna share his cake. So blow him out. There we go.
What kind of cake is it? Toss it. Just toss it.
It's chocolate cake. Mmm. Is it good? All right. Oh, thank you so much. And congratulations, Steve, on making another trip around the sun. All righty then. Embrace geezerdom is what I say. Embrace it. Sean is going to talk about our capsule minis. Speaking of mini capsules.
Yeah. Throw me out of this. I thought we were doing all the ones at the end or something.
Okay. I'll ask.
Yes, so my reference was to capsules, mini capsules, both in the sense that we have lots of capsules left for you to fill, but also for my contribution to this year's capsules, I wanted to incorporate the actual design of the capsule itself and make some miniature scenes built into the capsule. So let's see if I can get this open. It's a little stuck here, but so I built some just little scenes out of some stuff I had around and stuff I pulled off out of arts and crafts. So this one here is a dragon with its paw upon a skull, and just some rocks and fake moss and stuff, and had to build it up with just some cardboard and clay underneath just to kind of make the substrate to build on there. And then this other one, I had some miniatures, and so I had found some seashells and was like, hey, what if there's a sort of like otherworldly magic under the surface type appeal to these? And so just some explorers finding a massive seashell on the beach in the dunes and exploring it and tapping at it with a stick. So yeah, and these are going to go into the machine. So yeah, like I said, there are plenty of capsules left, and please, if you have some time to fill them, but try not to spend more than maybe 50 cents worth of effort on them. Or do, whatever. These were fun to make. They took me a couple hours, but mostly waiting for glue to dry. But, yeah. Any questions? Yeah. So the ground, I just took some cardboard circles and I just cut them roughly to the shape of the sort of lip down here, because I wanted them to sit almost flush with the top of the capsule, so that I'm going to see if there's any clearer capsules. So if you wanted to just have them there almost like a terrarium type looking thing, you could see through them. These are a little cloudy. And so I wanted to sit flush. So yeah, I just took some cardboard and then just took some Sculpey and laid it down and then baked that. Once I figured out the shape, and then just glued a bunch of, this is sand and sand colored foam, like sort of the fake grass type material. And then some miniature bushes and seashells and stuff. Yeah. All right, great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Sean. Now, Amy has a dying update. I'm glad you're still alive.
Thanks. Same. I don't know if this counts as an update necessarily. It's just more dying. But some of you guys might remember that a few weeks ago, I put out on Mattermost, asking if anyone wanted to come and dye with walnuts because it was walnut season. My hands are clean. It faded away in about a week this time. Getting better. But this time, since I've done it a few times with walnuts already, walnut husks, I want to try something a little bit different. So I still used wool, a skein of wool, because I had messed up a previous dyeing experiment. I did an unlabeled jar of white powder. Yeah. I didn't try. I don't know. I promise. I didn't try it. I thought it was alum, which I needed because it was when you're doing wool, it's alum and and cream of tartar. It turns out it was cream of tartar, so I actually added cream of tartar and cream of tartar. It didn't work, so I wanted to cover my mistake. So this is the only wool I put in. But this is cotton. I hadn't tried cotton before. I wanted to see what it would do. It's kind of, it's showing up mostly right. It's like this weird brown, like not a rich brown like it does with wool. It occurred to me after I got here that I didn't bring the wool in for comparison. But that's like a nice rich brown. This is more somewhere between brown and army green, I guess, on cotton. Oh, I forgot to say, Matt helped with this. It was the two of us. We did this together. But yeah, it was an interesting color, and I decided to make this little pouch. Gabe had mentioned he wanted like a little foraging pouch that was loose enough that you could, that if he was gathering mushrooms, it would let the spores out, because that's just the kind of thing Gabe cares about, I guess. But yeah, so it has like a nice square bottom. So if you wanted to put it down to use both hands, it'll stand up by itself. A little outside loop in case he wants to put like scissors or pruners or something. And then I also dyed with goldenrod because those have been blooming recently. This time I remembered alum, which is why it worked. But yeah, a lot of flowers don't actually give the color of the flowers. A lot of white asters will also make yellow, but unsurprisingly, goldenrod makes the color of the actual flowers, which is a nice bright yellow. So this is wool again. And yeah, this is Tunisian crochet. It's a honeycomb stitch. If anyone wants to learn Tunisian crochet, I'll be around more often. But yeah, it's like a nice little bandana. That's it.
Okay, so you get goldenrod and mix it with aloe?
Oh, not aloe, alum, A-L-U-M, like aluminum. So you have to first put the wool in a mixture. Well, it depends on what you're trying to do, but I guess the normal thing is you have to mordant or put chemicals on the wool or compounds to actually make the pigment stick, or else it just fades away, or it just won't stick at all. So it was alum and cream of tartar, and I soaked the wool in that, like in hot water for about 45 minutes, and then also separately cooked the goldenrod flowers, like flowers by themselves, and then once all that pigment is out, then you strain the flowers out and just put the wool in after the wool's been prepped. So it's not necessarily alum straight into the dye. Other questions? Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. That's terrific. We have Sam that has wood.
Hello. Forgive me while I actually get the wood I made. Hello. So, for those of y'all who do not recognize me, you'd be forgiven. My name's Sam. I just moved here like 2 months ago or so, and I'm 24. This is like my second apartment I've had outside of college. So, as you might expect in that situation, what you don't have a lot of is furniture and stuff to show off. So, I decided to make it. I have a cutting board I made a few weeks ago. And then, secondly, my living room has a ton of really tall, wide wall space that's just blank and wide open above my couch. And I figured what would be a good application of that but to build a guitar rack for which I can hang about 4 different guitars above my couch here. And so I went, fetched this. I love this piece of wormy rotten maple. And I want to keep a kind of common theme between the projects I'm working on with 2 stripes of walnut down the center or just down this piece of lighter wood, which I followed here with the cutting board to kind of prove it out. And I'm doing it again with the guitar rack. So for those of you who might have seen this around the wood shop in the last week or so, I'm going to put the last coat of finish on it today and then find a way to mount it. Mounting it, perhaps some of you have given me some good advice on this. But I'm going to try to make some slotted keyholes for wood screws to be able to just sit in and then fit right in. So there'll be 4, maybe 6 of them if I find more studs in my wall that will hold this and 4 guitars hanging from the front of this here. And then last thing I want to mention, is this a lamp? No, but not yet, because I'm going to put it offset from the wall an inch or so and then line the whole thing with LED strips such that it backlights the wall and lights up the living room a little bit while showing off my guitars, which is my favorite hobby. Second to woodworking, of course. So anyways, I'm an amateur woodworker. I haven't done it really since high school all that much, but really excited to be getting back into it and making some cool stuff. Yeah. Oh, next up is a cabinet for my vinyl collection and stereo player, which I'm going to do the same thing, stripes all down the whole outside ring. Yeah.
Sam,
Yes.
how are you going to hang the guitar?
Oh, I have a few hooks at home that are just like forks about this size, and they will mount right here.
That and your guitar is gonna be this way?
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be like this, and then there will be 4 on this side.
Have you thought about maybe trying to make your own like clothes with the leather?
I haven't. No, I hear it. No, I haven't thought about that. But I think my biggest priority for this is I want it to look good, and that will not result in looking good because I'm not a good welder. But that's a cool idea. Yeah. All right. Thank you all.
Thanks, Sam. Okay. That's all on the show and share list, but I know that because we are having a lamp maker challenge, a lot of people want to show their lamp, and we need to, oh, there's Rosemary. And we need to see them. So, Tracy, no, she does not want to. Who wants to show their lamp? We need Joe. All right, let's do it. All right, come on up, Joe. Let's see it. Do you need help? That thing weighs about 1,000 pounds.
I signed the waiver.
Thanks, Russell. Yeah, those things go into the slots.
Oh. Is that how that works?
Never seen a
cool, thanks. All right. So this is my offering, vote number 3. It's been named Evangeline, which I don't know if anybody's seen the Princess Frog, but there's a cute firefly character in there who falls in love with a star, and he names his girlfriend Evangeline, and she's the most beauteous firefly. So this is mine, and boop. When I made it, I started with cardboard, made my templates. Saves a lot of time and a lot of steel. I used our hand plasma over in the shop to cut out the parts. And those are all the parts next to their templates. I used our hand roller to kind of help to form these into making it sort of like a lampshade almost from the top so that it reflects downwards instead of everywhere. Me welding it all up together over there. This is me installing the biometal luminescence. It's all inside there. And that's the underbelly. It's kind of, I liked how it turned out. I made the top parts really shiny. The bottom is sort of matte to give it a little bit more contrast. Cutting out the sections for the eyeballs, and that's kind of its face there. And then these were what I was actually the most proud of, are the wings on it. And once again, I used TIG rod for it, which has like this coppery coating color to it, so it gave it more contrast again. And this is me just kind of laying it all out prior to me welding them together. I took a hammer and kersmooshed the feet. I did it cold. I didn't heat it up in the forge or with a torch or anything. Mild steel's real forgiving. So just a few whacks with a big hammer took care of that. Those are the feet. I welded them onto the thigh bones. And this is it coming together a little bit. You can kind of see all the parts there. And I got one of the carapace wings or whatever they are, the shell for the wings. Me getting the legs on there. I drilled a hole through the top of it and then welded the chain to it so that it can hang, and then I can get the wire through that little hole that you can see. And that's it with the wires going through it and all wired up. And that's it in the dark. It's kind of gives a good light. It's got a nice big bulb, but it's got a lot going on to it. And there's old Ray, but this is my lamp. Yeah, Daryl.
What are the eyes made of?
They're solid balls. They're solid steel balls.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually kind of good. It helps to counterbalance it a little bit so that it lays a little straight.
Will this be hanging in the metalworking area?
You know, that's funny because I held it up to a few places in my house, and it wasn't really the right vibe for my place. I don't know what to say. It was a little too buggy. Even when I was carrying it into the house, the dog freaked out. He put his tail between his legs and he was gone. He's like, I want nothing to do with that. But
You hang that in metalwork and we're putting a bug zapper over it. Big bug zapper.
Amy?
You have to take a long time to figure out how to get it balanced like that?
Actually, I got lucky a little bit because where I kind of wanted it to hang from was almost the natural balance point anyway. I only had to play with it maybe just, I don't even know if it was a half an inch difference to be able to get it right. Because I figured I could suspend it from wherever and run the wire to the hole, but it ended up just kind of working out. So it was a happy, lucky thing there. But yeah, cool.
While Sue is not here, she comes. Next, we have Sue with a lamp that, with a face that you may be familiar with.
Yeah, maybe. I just wanted to tell you kind of the saga of my lamp. It has satisfied several of my bucket list projects I've been wanting to do. The first one is working with leather, so I was able to use leather to cover the base. The second one is I had a whole bunch of empty thread spools from either mask making or quilt making or whatever, and I wanted to use them in a project. And the third was a project that I had been wanting to do since I was about 10. I had visited an aunt, and she had commissioned someone to do a cross stitch of her and her husband's portrait. And that has just stuck with me ever since I was 10. And I didn't really want to do one of myself. And this is Halloween, and it is a night market. So I wanted to do something scary. Yes. Thank you, John Dell, for being, and thank you for the idea. It was great. And the know-how, or at least the knowledge of, there's actually some open source software that you can load a picture in, and it will tell you what embroidery floss to use to do this cross stitch yourself. So, all right. I was really pleased when it came to lighting it up that it did indeed continue to show the face. You're lighting up the whole room, John. Yay!
How long did that take?
I have been working on it for about 3 weeks. So yeah, it's been a while. Yes, it's been a project. Yes, Aliki.
Is there any way you could find a picture that of the halfway through point?
Oh, of just the eyes?
Just the eyes. We've been watching her face blossom. Whoa.
Okay, let's see. There's the eyes with the nose. Yeah, yeah. So it kind of and it's been great because as I got, it started out in, this was one of the first ones. That isn't showing quite as good on camera as it does on my camera. As I saw the different facial parts showing, it gave me more inspiration to, yeah, let's get it done. Yeah, there's kind of how it started, and then the eyes, and it grew from there. So, yeah.
One more question.
Yes.
What would you say is John Dale's biggest facial flaw?
Ooh.
Spent a lot of time looking.
Yeah, I did, and I tell you, when you're you're holding it with your hands and you see John Dale's eyes, it's like the needle needs to go this way, not this way. Anything else? All right, thank you all.
Love it, love it, love it.
Well, I thought it was going to be a dead ringer until I saw the other ones.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow, Tracy, I love your fish.
Yeah.
Four.
Number 4. Number 4.
4.
All right. Who,
Oh, Joe's lightning bug, too.
yeah, who, I know somebody, who else said that they wanted to show their lamp? I know, yeah.
This is a repurposed old box. A couple of years ago, I made a run of Christmas boxes for people, and I had a few left over, and I turned it into a night light. Big up to Steve, who helped with the electronics, which was the hardest part of this. Steve and Ray. So it just kind of lights up with a very light little blue, and there's some little cutouts that are sort of evocative of the mountains that show out the side. And it's a cherry box with a cedar lining on the inside. And it's lidded. So, yeah, that's my lamp. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. And it's got 3 settings. Come on. And there's kind of a, oh, yeah, oop. Kind of sort of see it a little upside down. Yeah. There's my lamp.
For voting purposes, that is number 6. There's another one that we need to show because Keith is unable to be here, but he did want to do an entry, and he may be watching online, so I want to show it quickly so that everybody can see it because it's pretty cool. As you may or may not know, Keith makes art out of bicycle parts. And this is one that he made. Yeah, look at that cool bulb. What you have before you is a lamp made from hand-turned wood. He turned these wood items, aluminum, wire, and recycled bicycle components. The woods used in this lamp are curly maple, walnut, and mesquite wood. The body of the lamp is made from a carbon fiber bicycle fork painted in Starry Night metal flake. Really doesn't show up in here, but in a brighter light, it's really cool. Cosmetic features include purple, blue, and oil slick anodizing throughout. The wood turning and assembly was done by Keith. All the flashy colored components came that way. If you have any questions, I don't know. I don't have a clue. You'll have to ask Keith. But I think it's a pretty cool piece, and I did want to show. Oh, he's got a question. The bulb? It's yeah, that's a really cool specialty bulb. I don't know where the switch is. I thought it had a switch. Yeah, I know it's got a switch somewhere. But anyway, it's a bulb. Yeah. Yeah. On the side? Ah, there it is. Yeah. When it's off, it's like chrome. It looks like a chrome bulb, and then you turn it on, and it does that thing. So it's pretty cool. And you could also put a shade on it should you desire. It's got that type of top on it. So, nice job, Keith. Nice job, everybody. Can you give us a quick update? We're running like really late on the lamp challenge and how it works and voting and stuff, Neil. You want me to do it? All right. Entries are due tonight. Neil will be glad to. Do we have another one? Get on up here. We got another one. Man, I'm sorry. We don't want to leave anybody out.
Hey, Russell?
Yes, sir.
Real quick, what's the number on that one?
Number 2.
Hi, I'm Ron. Here's my lamp. I'm late tonight. I apologize. I don't know where to plug this fella in. But it does turn on. I believe you. I just.
Right in there.
No. Just. So my son made a comment. He's at UT. He said he needed a lamp for his desk. So here it is. And, turn it on somehow. So, questions, go.
What's it on the front?
This is a power strip? Yeah. Turn the whole thing on and off. Charge his phone. And then, any of you have met me, I do some leather work. There's a leather inlay in here, and the corners are leather. There's leather inlay in the T, and the corners are leather on this. Question, go.
Yeah, so it looks like you have kind of a custom circuit going on here. You've got, you haven't plugged in the power source in the wall socket strip, right? Like, looks like to me you've got, you know what I mean? Like, you've got a circuit going on the wall, somehow the lamp and the power strip, you're not using any ports of the power strip. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just took a power strip and took the outside of it off and embedded it in the wood.
Right, I just don't see how that is wired at all. You know what I mean? Like, I can't envision that how that's wired up. How do you do that?
How this is wired in?
Yeah, how's it wired in?
And just I think it's a USB. So don't tell Russell, but I made this like 9 months ago, and I've kind of forgotten. I believe there's another. This is a USB, and I just jumped off this on the backside.
Oh, okay, that's not the, okay. I'm like, how in the world is he doing this?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I haven't taken this apart in a while. Yeah. And then I don't know if it's gonna work under there, but I have a CNC lathe, so our last name is Barnes, so there's a B engraved in there. And I wish I hadn't put it there because it looks terrible. I should have spread it out. But any more questions? Okay. Go again.
Can you make me one?
What's the number on it?
I'm late, so I don't have a number yet.
Oh.
What's the next number in line?
8.
I'm number 8.
Number 8. All right. Very nice work. I love it when, more than one zone is involved. We got wood, leather, electronics. I love it. Am I missing anybody? I don't want to leave anybody out. And because I don't want to leave anybody out, I don't want to leave Dodie out either. So, yes, please do, because I don't want anybody left out, okay? It's just not right.
There's several people who haven't shown their lamps.
Oh.
My mom watches the share every week. Hi, Mom. She's probably watching right now, unless she forgot. And Russell said anyone can join this challenge, even if you're coming all the way from Wisconsin. My mom was visiting last week. She stayed at my house for a week, and she said, I'm bringing something to make a lamp, to enter into the lamp contest. She said when she was sitting there listening to Russell, she looked over and she saw a cane, and she's like, that would make a great lamp. So she brought it with her. She brought her idea with her. She brought a shade, and together I made her do all the work. We wired it up with Russell's lamp kit from his lamp class. She decorated the shade in the arts and crafts area. We went to Lowe's twice and just wandered around looking for parts that fit. And now we have a lamp recycled out of a cane. made by my mom. Yes. The question was, where are the legs from? This is just the cane. It is, the only thing we added was this extra part on top because the lamp socket didn't actually fit into the cane hole. So the cane, I don't know, it's hollow inside. Yes?
We already have a number 2?
This is, the number on this one is number 1.
Vision's the first to go.
Anybody else? Okay.
Thank you, Tracy. I don't know where Tracy is. Tracy, don't you want to show your lamp? I don't see. Do you want to show yours? Okay. I'll twist her arm. Are there any others? Duskin, did you get to finish yours? No? We need to finish that. We'll work on it together. We'll get it done, okay? While Tracy's coming in, I will go over the very loose rules. Items are due in today. You will be able to vote for them on Mattermost. There will be a poll posted. I will let you know when that is up and available. Should be sometime tomorrow, so you can vote for your favorite. Also, there will be a ballot box at the market where the general public can vote for their favorite. Am I missing anything? I mean, it's a... I'm missing everything. Come on, Neil, tell me what's up. Hey, Neil's running this show. All right, let's let Tracy talk about hers, and
then we're going to throw you with the performance, the comedic duo of Russell and Neil.
Oh yeah.
Hi. Hi guys, this is my anglerfish that I made. I was inspired by my friend Mary Jean. She's over in Girvan, Scotland, and they do lantern festivals every winter, and I just love watching their community come together, and they all make these amazing giant lanterns, and then they walk them through the town together in the dark of winter, and I just love that idea. And so she gave me some pointers on how to make it. It's just you use what you have. I have I have woods and I live in a rural area, so a lot of this is wild grapevine that I pulled out of the woods, and some of it is like oriental bamboo for the structure, for the ribs. And so it's kind of the same principle as paper mache. You apply, you make your armature, and then you apply the paper with I think it's a low acidic glue, so that seems to work really well. And then I don't know, I made the structure and I painted it and stuck some LEDs in there. And it's a lantern, and it actually comes off its stand, and you can carry it around, and there's a fish floating in the middle of the night. I just like that idea. So, and then you can stick, I made a little grapevine heart inside so that, the lure is kind of the heart. So, but anyway, any questions? It is, I'm sorry, I can't remember exactly. It's kind of got the weight of a parchment paper, but it's compatible with water and glue. So, but it comes on a giant roll. And I'm sorry, Duskin, I can't remember the name of it, but it worked.
What kind of batteries do you
These are just little LED lights that I got from Amazon. They're just really tiny, string lights. And so hopefully they'll last a while.
I was to mention that because the on batteries and it's going to be on for like 3 or 4 hours. From the battery, how hard is it to change the battery?
Well, probably pretty hard. But what I really like about this project is the tenuous nature of it. It's not going to last. It's just a thought bubble. So I'll just enjoy it while it works. Anyone else? Okay, thanks, guys.
There may be one more entry on the, was it Craft and Arts channel? Not Craft and Arts? I forget which channel it was on today. Toby had made an entry that he was walking, he had his lamp in one hand, he tripped, was about to fall, he dropped the lamp to catch himself, so he sort of didn't want to he did sacrifice his lamp for the sake of his own safety. He has reprinted it. He couldn't bring it tonight. He still had to rewire it. So Russell and I discussed that and felt that because he did have a completed lamp and because he chose to save himself instead of the lamp, he's going to have some extra time to bring it in. So even though it's not here, I'm hoping we'll, at whatever point we can get a photograph of it, we'll put it on Mattermost. All the lights that were brought in today, I have taken pictures of number 6 and number 8. At the end of show and share, please come over to the table. Let me get pictures of your lamps so we can get them on Mattermost. They'll be on tomorrow so that not only you will be able to refresh your memories with what number you want to vote for, but other members who are not here tonight will also have a chance to vote on Mattermost. And then Saturday, the rest of the world will have a chance to vote as well. So come on out Saturday. Bring your whole family with you. I think it worked pretty well when we did the lightsaber hilt. Someone came in with their cousins, their second cousins, their third cousins, all to vote for their pieces. Another important thing, we were originally going to keep all the lamps here until Saturday, but seeing the fragility of some of these things, we are requiring you to take it home with you and bring it back on Saturday. We need to have it there, what do you think, by 4 o'clock on Saturday? We'll need to have it by 4 o'clock so we can set everything up and make sure everything's working before the public starts coming in at 5 o'clock. So any questions about that? All right, yes?
I assume the winners will be announced next Tuesday?
Yes, the winner will be announced next Tuesday. Yep. Okay.
Thank you, Neil. Did anybody realize that we're having a market Saturday? Woo, yeah! Yay, Aliki. Aliki, do you want to say anything or do you want me to say words? I don't know about that, but market is Saturday. Thank you for everyone who showed up last Saturday for cleanup. The shop's looking great. Let's keep it that way, or let's make it even better. If you see something that needs cleaning up or doing whatever, let's have a real spiffy place for visitors. We will be giving shop tours. We need all the warm bodies we can get, so please come Saturday as early as you can.
I'm getting here at noon.
Alika will be here at noon. I will be here at noon. Rob and I are going to come and work on the lighting. We've tested our string lights. They seem to work. We've had lights on for a couple of weeks now. Is that right? So they appear to work. They haven't blown down. So hopefully we have that underway. Regarding lights, I'm not sure how many extension cords we're going to need. If you have some long, heavy-duty extension cords, if you brought those, that would be great. Just put your name on them, because who knows where it'll end up and where it'll be afterwards. We'll need people for helping set up, for helping to tear down, for traffic, for tours. And Rhubarb's here tonight. I wish somebody would learn how to run Pablo, the CNC artist out there, because that's a cool thing if somebody can do that. Oh, Jerry did this. It's good to see Jerry back. You the man. Let me think. Volunteers, extension cords. Please just be here, keep the shop nice and clean. What was that? Any kind, anything will work. We may or may not use them all, but I just want to make sure we're safe. We got plenty of lot everywhere. Thank you, everybody who has stepped up to volunteer. It really does take us all, and we're a great community. I appreciate you, everyone. Since it is the spooky season, I understand there are some spooky things maybe coming up, and it might be a spook show. RSVP. Really something. Where's Isaac? There he is. Isaac, come talk about spooky things.
Just want to remind you, October the 19th, Saturday, starting at 6:30, is the Knox Makers Spook Show. This is our Halloween party. It is my privilege, my honor, my obligation to curate the films, short subjects, ephemera that we show each year. I super love it. I super enjoy sharing it with you. If you're old and or grumpy like me, you may not be enthusiastic about the idea of seeing films in a theater, but the one thing you got to see in a theater is a horror movie. And the only thing better than seeing it with a group of random people is seeing it with your friends and your loved ones. The feeling, the shared experience, the emotion is just dynamite. There will be horror, there will be comedy, there will be nostalgia, there will be pizza and junk food. It's going to be amazing. I hope that you'll join me. I freaking love it. It's something I look forward to, and you should come do that because it's swell. Thank you. RSVP, there's posters out in hospitality with little QR codes. If you would RSVP, then I can make sure there's lots of junk food for you.
Thank you, Isaac. All right, we have promoted the Spook Show because it's something really worthy of knowing about. And along those lines, the market is something that is really worthy for the whole town, state, nation to know about. So please, please spread the word. There are images online that you can use. You can print out and give your friends, family, neighbors, enemies, anybody. You can post to social media. Does anybody know what social media is? Okay, 4 people. If you 4 would post something on those face things and Insta what's-its and whatever, that would be great too. Spread the word. We want to have lots of people here. We're going to have 50+ vendors, food trucks, robot battles. Who can turn that down? I mean, it's going to be terrific. So be here, help out. You will get such a reward because it's just a blast. There are announcements. Somebody please check the AC filters here in Arts and Crafts and over the entry door, and also the jet filters and the filter back in the welding area. We want to keep our air clean so we can breathe. Okay, what'd I miss? Is that it? We did it. All right. I will see you Saturday. In the meantime, let's have some fun.